Hey guys, Tarke and a cat, and here we are with the Mei Overwatch hero overview. This is the first of the 3 hero overviews. The others will be coming up very shortly. So, here we have early concept art of Mei, and basically, as you can see here, she is a climatologist slash adventurer from China. Pretty cool. Her whole kind of stick is that she was a scientist who got trapped down in Antarctica by Pussycat, and she got trapped there for a while, got really good with freeze technology, then came back. Her whole kind of vibe is that she's meant to be part of Overwatch, but not quite the same. She's not a soldier, she's her own unique being. She's just an adventurer, and she is a support hero, as you can imagine, from her very cool looking gun. Most of her mechanics revolve around freezing the enemy. So, we move on to, this is a very early concept art. Again, they had this weird dichotomy of they just kind of wanted like this scientist girl, but they also wanted like this big heavy machinery. So you can see how, you know, these early concepts have changed to the current model. Very similar, but you know, you can see here a lot more innocent, a lot more one-handed adventure type than giant two-handed ice beam of destruction. Right, so if we go forward, we go into her abilities. Now, every single mechanic is either a like defensive or a freeze you. So as you can see here, she has like this, it's meant to be like this liquid spray, and over time her abilities ramp up and then they start to freeze. So her basic ability, her primary attack, is endothermic blaster. As you can see here, it shoots out like this fine spray. The longer you get hit by it, the more you are slowed, and eventually you will be freezed entirely. Now this is a very low damaging ability. She's entirely a support base. Saying that, however, her right click shoots out a very fine icicle projectile which hits for quite major damages. So you have this basically support approach, and if you want to, you can right click and maybe you'll get it, but it's meant to have quite a delayed charge up, so it'll be a very high skill cap ability. Now, the ice wall is, as it suggests, an ice wall. We'll get into those mechanics later, and Cryo Freeze works a lot like Ice Block if you know how mages work in World of Warcraft. Now, I've just noticed that my webcam covers up the ultimate, which is, surprise surprise, called Blizzard. You guessed it. So, those are her 4 abilities. We'll get into more of the mechanics later. This is what they all look like. So, here you can see what someone looks like when they are frozen. And again, if you continually hit someone, they will freeze. As you can see in the bottom left, her base health is 250, so fairly average, you know, somewhat tanky-ish for a support, but that's that. Now, this is what it looks like. This is her primary fire. The range on this is surprisingly long. It looks like it's only short because the tracer here got cut off in it, but I've seen it sort of off-screen in the video they showed. Unfortunately, I'm not able to upload the video, which is why I've had to grab these screenshots myself. Now, this is what her Ice Block ability lasts for. It lasts for 5 seconds. This is from her POV. And then we'll cut to, boom, from Soldier 76's, and his attacks are just harmlessly, you know, bursting off. Pretty cool looking stuff. Now, this is basically like a physical mini wall object. So the way this will operate is that if a Reinhardt is charging you and you pop this freeze, or Cryo Freeze, what will happen is the Reinhardt will hit you and it will do nothing. It'll be as if you just hit a wall. He can't travel through you, you won't get killed, you're immune to damage for the duration. Now, this is her Ice Wall targeting. As you can see, it's a very wide targeting, and the most interesting thing about this Ice Wall mechanic is not only is it a wall which blocks projectiles, you can drop it underneath allies, meaning you can do something pretty crazy like this. So as you can see, she's boosted her tracer up to the second platform here, and that's a very substantial jump. Now, this is a core part of her kit. Not only is she a very defensive hero, she's a very strategic hero. If you were to potentially double stack a few of these guys at the start of the map, you might be able to put a bastion on top of a building you can't normally get to, then re-roll to your normal roster. There'll be very interesting and surprising plays made out of this Ice Wall ability and exploiting or hacking the map by getting characters who normally couldn't into rare places. As you can see, the cooldowns and so on and so forth, pretty cool stuff. Now, it's not just cool, it gets very cool. Now, as you can see, there's a bastion on the side, and it looks like you can actually eventually shoot through and break the wall. That I was really surprised by, and it offers some quite interesting counterplay. If people are camping on top of these pillars, you just shoot out the bottom, who cares, and they fall down. Pretty interesting stuff. Now, this is the ultimate. The ultimate is Blizzard, and this is pretty cool. Now, what you're seeing here is a robot snowball. And the way that it works is you throw out a robot snowball, and it basically shoots out your primary, that liquid spray, in a large 360 AoE. It will hit everyone. It isn't limited to a target count, and it doesn't do much damage. Again, she isn't about damage, she's about CC. So it will spray out, and this stacks with her primary. So the way that the primary mechanic works, just to remind you, is the longer you spray someone, the more slowed they become, and eventually they freeze. You can double stack this by using your primary fire alongside the ultimate. Here we see it in action. So you can see there's like this whirling mist, and it's basically a blizzard, and they're starting to get ticked away quite slowly. Also note, you do not gain ultimate charge through your ultimate, because that'd be pretty overpowered. In AoE like this, you could easily full stack otherwise, so you will not gain ultimate charge from this. And then here you can see in action, this is sort of near the end of the ultimate. Tracer got hit by quite low, but these other ones here didn't get hit that hard at all, and they're all completely frozen solid. So there you have it. Those are all of the main mechanics. Are you hyped for this hero? I think this is certainly an interesting and unique approach to support. Well done, Blizzard. GG. Now, as I said at the start of this video, we still have the D.Va and Genji video coming up, and they will be uploaded very shortly on the channel. So please subscribe to see the rest of the Overwatch coverage, and if you're just interested in BlizzCon, check out the rest of my vids. I'm Tarke, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.